This interview on October 28, 2013, is part of an oral history of the West Chicago Public Library District Project. My name is Crystal Quasman, and I am a member of the Committee for the History of the West Chicago Public Library District. Today, I will interview Peggy Czajka. Good morning, Peggy.
Morning.
How long have you lived in West Chicago?
I lived here I was born here, and I lived here the first 19 years of my life.
Oh, wonderful.
But my parents continued to live here until they passed away recently.
And your mother, Peggy Czajka, very, very important and instrumental in this lovely building that we're sitting in today.
Yes, she was very, very much in pushing this. She wanted this library built because she knew the old one was getting a little small. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And the old one, which is the previous location on East Washington, that would have been your first visit to our library, is that correct?
Yes, it was.
Do you have any fond memories or stories you'd like to share with us?
Well, I do remember going to the children's area.
Oh, that was downstairs?
Yes, that was downstairs. Mm-hmm. And they had those stained glass insets, like of glass, and I remember those. And also, when I was like in 4th or 5th grade, I was sort of an advanced reader, and my mom told them it was okay for me to go in the adult library and take out books.
Indeed.
So I, felt very important being able to do that.
Well, and I agree. That's very impressive. Very
I don't think I took many books out, but I was able to go up there and look around and.
Very nice. And you have brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have 3 brothers and 1 sister.
And were they also advanced readers?
Yeah, I think pretty much, maybe not advanced, but they all read.
Right. You were the star.
Yeah, I probably read more than they do, probably even still. So.
Can you tell us, with your mother, she was very involved in our community and in all levels. I certainly remember her. But could you share with us how involved she got with our library?
Well, I know she really campaigned for it, and she helped push the referendum through. And she actually made a couple enemies who were mad that she pushed so hard.
That happens.
Yeah, that's what she felt. She thought it was important,
and look who won.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because I know she had at least one person who told her, "We don't need that," and we can just buy books. And Mom told them, "Well, not everybody can go out and just buy books."
Correct.
And so now, actually, with the economy, it's probably even more important.
Exactly. Agreed. So.
I actually started reading before I started kindergarten, and I went to Carrie Roundy Kindergarten here in West Chicago. And the main thing I remember is that they had these great big Dick and Jane books that they were teaching the kids to read with. And all the kids got to sit in front of it. But me and I think there was just one other boy, we got put over to the side where there were a bunch of little golden books for us because we were past the Dick and Jane state. But at the time, I felt kind of bad because I thought that big book was so cool.
Right.
And I wasn't able to sit in front of it and read it. But, looking back, it's because, they were trying to do what's best for me, not...
Exactly. And not hold you back.
Right.
How cute.
And it kind of went full circle because now I have a book that actually belonged to Carrie Roundy.
Beautiful.
That she has her name signed in the front.
Lovely.
So I thought that was kind of cool because, I went to the kindergarten named after her.
Absolutely. So. Absolutely. Peggy, are you a collector?
Yes, I collect books. I have over 4,000 in my house. And when I was out of work for a little while, because I work in computers, I set up a database. So I have all my books in there with which room in my house where they are, because I have books in every room.
Right.
Just so I can kind of find them if someone wants to borrow one, or if I want to look it up for some reason. But I have several that are around the turn of the century. I have quite a few. And some that go back to 1860 is the earliest I have.
Wonderful. And anyone, do other people contact you in regards to what you have, in regards to purchasing?
No, because I don't really, I guess, tell people that much about it.
Right.
I have friends who borrow books, and some of my siblings and nieces have borrowed books. Okay, I want to mention also that while I was out of work, I went back to school to get my LTA certificate to work in a library, and I did my internship here at West Chicago.
That's wonderful.
I got to know everybody in all the different areas, and it was a very good experience.
Nice, very nice. Peggy, the importance that your mother had, the role that she had in the referendum here, I know that there is a thank you from an organization that I see when I come into the library. Could you tell us about that?
Yes. My mom was one of the first members with Mary Ann with Marian Zarati of the Friends of the Library. And she was very active in that. So after she passed away 5 years ago, the Friends of the Library bought a screen that tells the events coming. It's like a big TV screen.
Yes.
And that was dedicated in her memory. There's a plaque next to it that explains that.
Very nice.
And I thought that was a very good gift because my mom, in her late 70s, I had given her one of my old computers so she could use it for word processing. And I said, we'll get you America Online and email. And she's like, oh, I like writing letters. But boy, when she started using email and then she found the web and she just loved it.
Yeah, there was no turning back.
Right. So she would, before going to a doctor or before going to different things, she'd look up everything on the web and come prepared with all the paperwork and everything. So
wonderful.
I thought that was a particularly good gift in her memory because she would have really liked the technology.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Peggy, in talking about your collection of antique books, I believe you've got a really great story about your grandfather.
Yes, my grandfather, my mom's dad, only had a second-grade education, but he loved to read, and he read a lot. And so after he lived with my aunt and uncle and his wife, my grandma, and after they had sold the house, he died when I was a baby. He had this set of 10 Poe books because he liked Edgar Allan Poe, and they're from the 20s. And so I have those books that were his.
That was gifted to you. Well, It sounds like your passion for reading possibly came from him.
Yeah, it's sort of multi-generational.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I just want to thank you so very much for agreeing to sit with me for this interview. Your mother, your interest has just been incredibly wonderful, and I thank you for sharing it with us.
Okay, well, thank you for the opportunity to
My
share.
pleasure.